अभिमन्यु चक्रव्यूह में फंस गया है तू चक्रव्यूह में फंस गया है तू Is that your situation when it comes to coming out from the markets? I am sure you know the story of Abhimanyu, right? So when his mother was explaining Abhimanyu how to enter into the Chakravyu in the war zone, he was awake. But by the time the mother could explain him how to exit from the Chakravyu, Abhimanyu fell asleep. And naturally, at the time he was there in the Chakravyu, he forgot how to exit, or rather, he did not have the knowledge of exiting from the Chakravyu, and that's how he got trapped. So, do you get a trapped feeling while in the markets? कि अभी क्या करना है? When should I exit? Should I exit or not exit? Then this video is for you. Why? Because in this video, I'm going to explain you 7 ways in how you can exit from this market and book good profits, or at least come out with small losses. So if you are ready with this, we'll start in a short while. Welcome, I'm Paresh Desai, Chartered Accountant from Sankalp Eduventure, and I've got 25 years experience in the markets and 15 years experience as a coach. This video, if you want to listen to it, listen in deep with taking the notes. If you don't have time probably for half an hour something, then you can just like this video and watch it later on. But do watch it, because here I'm explaining 7 ways in which how you can exit from the markets, which are based on simple criteria, not very complicated, and which are going to be very helpful for you to come out of the Chakravyu with either good profits or with minimal losses. Okay, so let's continue. Once again, welcome everyone for this session on exit criteria. तो एग्जिट क्राइटेरिया काफी इंपॉर्टेंट होता है, बिकॉज अपने एंट्री तो ले लिया, लेकिन एग्जिट कहाँ पर करना है. सो दैट इज अ बिग क्वेश्चन. समटाइम्स यू माइट एग्जिट क्वाइट अर्ली, और समटाइम्स यू माइट मेक सम मिस्टेक्स इन द एग्जिट. ओके, काफी बार ऐसा होता है कि आपने एग्जिट करने के बाद बहुत प्राइस ऊपर चली गई, एंड देन लेटर ऑन यू रिग्रेट व्हाई डिड आई एग्जिट. सो डिपेंडिंग अपॉन हु यू आर, what is your type of trade, whether you're aggressive or whether you are conservative. Okay, so that will decide upon how you want to take an exit. So somebody might be happy with probably just 5% or 10% returns. Okay, that's okay, but after that the market might give probably 30%, 40% return also. So I'm talking about options, obviously, क्योंकि इतना बड़ा टारगेट 1-2 दिन में नहीं आ सकता, in the shortest में नहीं आ सकता, right? Or if you think that sometimes if you might feel that am I going wrong in the trades, okay, while exiting. So let us see what are the type of exits we can see. Okay, so पहला exit जो होगा ना, that will be simple based on your target. Okay, so let us see if you can find anything based on the targets. Tata Power में हमने देखा था, there was a long time back, there was a inverted head and shoulders. Okay, तो inverted head and shoulders का अगर target आ जाता है, then probably you would think, okay, let me exit. ठीक है. So this was, let us say, Tata Power. Now in Tata Power, if you find that okay, this is my target and ये मेरा criteria, this is my target from here. Okay, so I see that there is a breakout. So entries we already discussed. Now today we'll be seeing only the exits. So first exit is based on the टारगेट एज पर द पैटर्न्स. ओके, तो पैटर्न्स के बेसिस पे अगर आपने टारगेट निकाला हुआ है और वो टारगेट आ जाता है, ओके, फॉर एग्जांपल दिस इज द टारगेट, राइट, द प्राइस वुड वाज लेट अस से 62 एंड देन 35 rupees from there, so somewhere like 97 98 would be the target. Okay, so यहाँ से when the price is moving up, what you find that every time it doesn't go up in the linear fashion. Okay, तो थोड़ा ऊपर जाएगा, again it comes down, again goes up, comes down, right? But what you have to see is that till the time your target is reached, how is that trend which you have to see. Okay, तो यहाँ से यहाँ if you see the price does dip also, तो target आपका immediately नहीं आएगा, कभी थोड़ा late भी आ सकता है, कभी sometimes it might be very fast also. Okay, so you find that the price has come for a dip, again goes up, again comes for a dip, again goes up. But what we had seen yesterday was to remain in the trade, till the time the target is reached, what is important to see is whether the trend is positive or not. Okay, ऐसे dips तो आएंगे. So this is on a daily time frame. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, almost like 15 days the price was coming down. यहाँ पे 3-4 दिन में काफी अच्छा correction हो गया, right? And it goes up, correction, goes up, correction, goes up, correction. But on the way up to their target, what we see is that the trend is up. Okay, so as long as the trend is up, you will remain in the trade. Okay, so first one is if the target is reached as per your chart patterns. So let me just note it down. What is the first one? So पहला जो हम देख रहे हैं would be number 1, target achieved as per the chart pattern. ठीक है, आपने चार्ट पैटर्न डिसाइड किया, whatever it could be, double bottom, double bottom, it could be inverted head and shoulders, उसका टारगेट आ गया, that is one. Okay, second target would be based on your resistances. Okay, तो यहाँ पर एक शायद resistance नहीं दिख रहा है. We can't, let me see whether we can see any resistance here. Okay, so resistance was probably over here, 102. So 97 के बाद 102 was achieved also, and you might find that probably the next target would be this. Okay, so this one, what I'm marking it in, let me just mark it in probably blue. Then this target I can mark it in probably little darker color, reddish, sorry, this I'm marking blue, this I'm marking in with little darker color, reddish, and this I'm marking in dark red. Okay, so this will become my first target. पहला target क्या है? Based on my based on the chart pattern. ठीक है, ये chart pattern का पहला target था. Okay, and then what happened? What we find is that the price came for a retest. Okay, तो retest वाला कल का अपना entry था. Remember, we had seen an entry where the price comes for a retest, and then either here, if this retest is there, what I find is कि यहाँ पर there was a breakdown, so possibly here your stop loss would be hit. ठीक है, retest हुआ, लेकिन retest के बाद the price came down, stop loss is hit, you exit from here. Okay, so there is no doubt about that you have to exit. Okay, again you can enter when the price comes above this resistance. Okay, इस resistance के ऊपर जब भी price आती है, so this would be a fresh entry. Here it is better to exit rather than waiting with the hope कि नहीं यहाँ से ऊपर जाएगा, because after this nobody knows whether it's going to go up like this in a few days or it's continuing to go down. Okay, so the stop loss which we had decided, अगर वो hit हो जाता है, then it is better to exit and then enter again if the price again comes above the resistance, right? For a simple reason, you might say कि नहीं, लेकिन price तो मान में ऊपर गई. Yes, but we don't know whether the price is going to go up or it's going to continue to go down. If it continues to go down, what will happen? Your losses will increase. So अगर आपका stop loss यहाँ पे hit हुआ है, okay, especially अगर यहाँ पे आपने you're taken a trade on the basis of retest, and if that stop loss is hit, then take that stop loss, exit from the trade and re-enter. Nobody is stopping you from re-entering. Okay, so once you re-enter, then your stop loss becomes the low of the candle, which is a breakout candle here. यहाँ पे एक breakout candle है, या तो इसके थोड़ा सा नीचे आप stop loss लगा के वापस enter कर सकते हैं. Okay, so this would be a re-entry. So once you take the second entry, obviously what you find is if you are taking an entry here, this entry will be giving on the target of the first target will be based on your resistance. Okay, so that is the second entry, second exit. So पहला exit था which was based on our chart patterns. ठीक है, chart pattern आ गया, the target is achieved, you exit. Okay, second exit is when you find that you've taken an entry and the target is achieved in terms of resistance. पहला अगर resistance है वो. Okay, so let me just note this down. What is the second target? Okay, so my second target would be target reached as per the resistance level. Okay. Now, obviously, once the target is achieved, okay, एक बार target आ गया, so first choice would be exit by booking a profit. But if you think that I want to go for even higher profits, okay, because आपको क्या दिख रहा है कि यहाँ से trend तो positive है, it is giving you higher lows and higher highs, okay, and you would like to continue in this trend, okay. So in that case, what you have to do is you have to trail your stop loss. Okay, so for trailing the stop loss, you can trail on a basis of the lows. Okay, so just listen to this. If you find that the trend is up, so I'm going to go on the line chart. Okay, abhi main line chart pe jaunga. So on the line chart, what I find is that this is a low, this is a low, this is one low before the rally. Okay, ये जो low है, right? So this is a low before the rally, this one. Okay, एक छोटा सा low है और ये भी एक. Let us take this one as a little conservative low because this low would be the same one as this resistance. ये resistance है, ये support है. Okay, so I'm taking this low as my target for this low. I'm keeping it as my stop loss, which I'm going to revise. Okay, तो जैसे पहले यहाँ पर if you have taken an entry here, someone has taken an entry here on a breakout candle का low is your stop loss, correct? So after the breakout, the target is reached. Okay, so if you think that the price is continuing to go up, then you're going to trail the stop loss. So let's just understand carefully that how to trail the stop loss. Okay, so this is very important because काफी बार क्या होता है कि आपने ट्रेड तो ले लिया लेकिन प्राइस वापस ऊपर जाके या तो थोड़ा प्रॉफिट देके वापस नीचे आती. Okay, it comes back to the same buying price. Sometimes it comes all the way over here also. It might go up and then again come to the same. So to prevent that happening, you can trail your stop loss like this. So जो पहला ये trailing stop loss था, I'm going to mark a new line over here and just watch where I am putting the trailing stop loss. Okay, so ये trailing stop loss जो है would be at a higher low. Okay, जैसे ये this was a breakout, then the price coming here, taking a support and going up. So from here to here, this is my trailing stop loss. अभी मैं इतना ही मैंने trailing stop loss किया. Okay, now after this, the price continues to go up, but my target is not yet reached. क्यों? क्योंकि मेरा target यहाँ पर है. Again, it gives me a low and it is giving me a higher low. So I trail my stop loss from here to here. Okay, the price continues to go up. It comes here and then goes here. Okay, so now what I do is I trail my stop loss from here to here. Okay, so अगर आपको लगता है नहीं ये टाटा पावर का स्टॉक है, I think it's going to go to a very, going to go great heights, then you can trail your stop loss like this on the basis of the higher lows. Okay, so let us note this down also. So trailing stop loss concept. Trailing stop loss concept I'm putting a little different. Okay, नीचे अलग से लिखा था मैं. Trailing stop loss at a higher low for bullish trades. Okay, so don't be very greedy because काफी बार क्या होता है कि you feel no that I want to book my profits. So you'll have to decide what you want to do. Okay, कि आपको बहुत बड़ा ट्रेड चाहिए, बहुत बड़ा प्रॉफिट चाहिए और you are happy with only a normal target. Okay, अगर छोटा सा टारगेट के साथ आप हैप्पी हो, then that is okay. So you need not take too much tension कि नहीं what should I do. If you think okay my target is reached, you exit. But there are people who would like to take a bigger moves. Okay, and those are the people who are more aggressive also when it comes to having patience, right? Because this will require a lot of patience. And also just look here, when I'm saying that yahan se yahan price upar gayi hai, target bhi achieve ho gaya tha. Okay, look at this, the target was also achieved, but still I am keeping my trailing stop loss here. So look at this, 102, and this will be like 86. So almost 15 rupees I am keeping on the table again. Okay, why on the table? This is the amount which I'm keeping available, keeping it for the risk. Not 15, at least let's say 96 to 86. So 10 rupees I'm keeping on the table as a risk factor. Okay, क्यों यहाँ पर मेरा target आ गया है. So if I exit, there is one part, but if I don't exit, I want that the trade should go higher, then I keep a trailing stop loss. So यहाँ पर मैं trailing stop loss रखता हूँ. So if I keep a trailing stop loss, now trailing stop loss I have revised over here. Now just see what happens is the price goes up, comes down. Okay, but is my trailing stop loss hit? Not yet. Okay, so trailing stop loss hit nahi hua hai. In fact, now it starts going up. After it starts going up, what I find is, what I do is I trail my stop loss over here now. Okay, तो आपको जैसे गाड़ी चलाते हो ना, you keep a distance, right? So like this, you have to keep a distance. And if you are a aggressive trader, या तो बहुत conservative हो मान लो, okay, conservative हो कि no, let me keep a very safe distance. Why? Because you want to go very far away. You don't want any accidents in between. बहुत अच्छा ज़्यादा distance रखोगे, right? Because you never know, suppose the one in front of you suddenly breaks, then you need sufficient space between the car in front of you and between yourself. तो यहाँ पर भी क्या करेंगे? You will be keeping a sufficient distance over here between the price and this one. Okay. Okay, so if I find that I want to go for even higher trades, what I'll do is I will trail my stop loss over here. Okay, I'll trail my stop loss here to the higher low. Look at where I'm putting the trailing stop loss. So this was a trailing stop loss, this is a trailing stop loss, this is a trailing stop loss. Now this is a trailing stop loss. Okay, and you can continue till the time you find that the trend is up. और अगर मैं ये zoom out करता हूँ, you'll see that you're finding a trend which is continuing to go up. So second way in which what you can ensure a higher return, okay, for the long run is by trailing your stop loss to the higher lows. Okay, यहाँ पर entry 61 में entry लिया है, you could have gone almost like taken more than 100% return. Okay, so these are the ways how you can take big returns. And look at this. After this, okay, person who has got so much patience from, and if he's still continuing to hold on, then the type of return sometimes can come like 130 to 260. Okay, so already it was 60 rupees, it went to 120 and 130, so almost like 100% return. And after that, the rally was so steep, from 139 or 130 it went to almost like 260. So 100% over here plus another 100% from anyone entering over here also. So from 60 to 260, the type of returns which one could have got would be like what? 300%, more than 300%, right? So this is one way. This is especially for people who are into long-term investing. Okay, so long-term investing mein agar ho, so this can be one way. Okay. If you got any questions, you can put it in the chat, or else we'll discuss this later on. Okay, chat mein dal sakte agar aapko koi questions. So this is the second one, right? Now, so let me put it in this. Let me put this one also. So basically, this one would be where you are exiting on the basis of the line chart. Okay, so exit only. Acha, exit kahan par hoga? You have not decided the exit. Okay, so I'll write here exit only if the trend reverses. Okay, exit only if the trend reverses. और तब तक आपको क्या करना है? Trailing stop loss रखते जाना है. Okay, because every time you're trailing a stop loss from a higher low, higher low, higher low, higher low. Okay, once the price starts giving you a lower low, then that is the time you can actually exit, and that would be your exit criteria. Okay, so exit only if the trend reverses. Okay, here we can write trail your stop loss accordingly. ठीक है, आपको stop loss accordingly trail करना है. So the first one was target achieved as per the chart pattern. Second one was target reached as per the resistance level. Resistance आ गया, exit करो. Third is you don't want to exit. You want to have a higher returns. You want to go even higher and higher. Okay, but then you will have to wait. You'll have to keep a distance. Like I told you, while driving a car, you keep a distance. So you keep a distance in such a way. Sometimes you find that the distance might be high, but you are little cautious and you want that, yes, if the price goes higher, you want that also. Okay, because you are a long distance traveler. So only if the trend changes, then you exit. If you start getting lower highs and lower lows. Okay, so this was your third one. Now we go to the next criteria for exit. Okay, so next criteria for exit we can find over right here on this criteria only. Okay, so on this, if I find a trend line breakout, okay, if I find the trend line breakout, or not breakout, breakdown, because we are talking about exits. Okay, breakouts was for entry, breakdowns is for exits. Okay, तो मुझे मान लो यहाँ पर ट्रेंड लाइन ब्रेकडाउन दिख रहा है, then I will exit from here. ठीक है, so let us see, there were so many stocks like Dr. Reddy's also had gone up, and it was Dr. Reddy's a long time back. When there was a trend line breakdown, that was the time to exit from this stock. Okay, either this one or even it could be this one also. Okay, ये दोनों में से this is a flattest trend line. तो इतना flatter trend line जब breakdown होता है, that was the time. And after, if you see that there was some major this thing, and where is Dr. Reddy's? Even today it's at something around 4,100. Okay, so 5,300 के आसपास अगर exit नहीं किया है, okay, then the price has continued to drop and it gone down to almost 3,600. Even now it is around 4,100. So hopefully, I don't know when it is going to catch up and again make a positive move. लेकिन ये breakdown यहाँ पर था. Okay, so that is the next criteria. Let us note this down. So the next criteria for exit is you find a trend line breakdown. Okay, so it is trend line breakdown. I hope all of you are taking notes. मैं तो notes लिख रहा हूँ, but whatever small things which you think that you are listening to something first time, or if you think that yes, this is something which I should note down, please make a note of all the small things also. अगर आपको कुछ drawings draw करना है तो drawings भी draw कर सकते हो. Okay, but do it definitely, because these are the notes which you are going to refer in the future also. Okay, so this was the trend line breakdown. Okay, now another criteria what we see would be for a sign where there is a resistance and candlestick patterns. Okay, so यहाँ पर if you see on this, in this stock also, somewhere around 5,300, 5,000, 5,400, 5,500, there was this resistance line. Okay, and in addition to your candlestick pattern, okay, in addition to the candlestick pattern, right, there was a resistance. The resistance यहाँ पे काफी close पास में है, and then what we get here is a pattern which is called as a bearish piercing pattern. Okay, और bearish piercing pattern है कहाँ पर? It is at the top of the trend. So if it is at the top of the trend, this is just an indicator, confirmation नहीं है. जैसे यहाँ पर भी bearish engulfing आ गया था, and from here to here, at this point of time, this would have looked as if this was a top, right? This would have looked like a top, but there was no follow for this. The candle, no candle closed below this. Okay, but यहाँ पर क्या हो रहा है? At the top, what is happening is that not only did we get an indication here, but there was a confirmation, because after, how do you know that what that is a confirmation? It is closing below the zone of the bearish piercing pattern. तो यहाँ पर bearish piercing pattern आ सकता है, या there could be a inverted hammer, or there could be a evening star. Okay, so on the basis of the candlestick pattern would be the next criteria. तो अगला criteria जो होगा, let me just note it down. The next criteria is going to be based on evening star, bearish piercing or engulfing, or the last one is inverted hammer. Okay, as indication and confirmation, and confirmation later. So सिर्फ एक इंडिकेशन के बेसिस पे ट्रेड नहीं लेना है. ओके, यू हैव टू हैव अ कंफर्मेशन आल्सो. सो कंफर्मेशन क्या होगा कि इंडिकेशन आ गया, दिस इंडिकेशन इज व्हाट, दिस इज अ बेरिश इंडिकेशन, राइट. तो अगर एक बेरिश इंडिकेशन है, बेरिश इंडिकेशन के बाद आपको कंफर्मेशन चाहिए. कंफर्मेशन मींस व्हाट, कि अगर ये बेरिश इंडिकेशन है, देन आफ्टरवर्ड्स द प्राइस हैज टू स्टार्ट गोइंग डाउन, करेक्ट. तो अगर ये बेरिश इंडिकेशन आ गया, उसके बाद का कैंडल क्या हो रहा है, प्राइस नीचे जा रही है, और ये बेरिश इंडिकेशन का जो जोन है उसके नीचे क्लोज हो गया, राइट. फॉर एग्जांपल हियर देयर वाज एन इंडिकेशन, बट द नेक्स्ट कैंडल नेवर क्लोज बिलो दिस, सो देयर वाज नो कंफर्मेशन. सिर्फ इंडिकेशन था लेकिन कंफर्मेशन नहीं था. Okay, so here there was an indication and confirmation also. And one more important thing which I told you was with reference to the context. What was the context? कि यहाँ पर एक earlier resistance है. Okay, तो resistance के पास जब भी आपको एक इंडिकेशन आता है, कंफर्मेशन आता है फॉर अ बेरिश इंडिकेशन, देन दिस वुड बी एन एग्जिट क्राइटेरिया. ओके, तो यहाँ पर एक एग्जिट क्राइटेरिया भी बन सकता है. सो इन एडिशन टू द एग्जिट क्राइटेरिया यू कुड गो शॉर्ट ऑल्सो. ओके, जो शॉर्टिंग है, सो एग्जिट क्राइटेरिया बोलो या शॉर्टिंग बोलो, इट वुड बी वन एंड द सेम थिंग, राइट. सो शॉर्ट वुड बी अ फ्रेश शॉर्ट ट्रेड. यहाँ पे अगर बट फ्रेश शॉर्ट ट्रेड इज पॉसिबल ओनली इन फ्यूचर्स एंड ऑप्शंस. यू कैन नॉट टेक अ शॉर्ट ट्रेड इन फॉर इक्विटी. ओके, जो डिलीवरी का है, कैश सेगमेंट है, वहां पे शॉर्ट ट्रेड नहीं ले सकते, सिर्फ फ्यूचर्स ऑप्शन में ले सकते हो. एंड यू कैन टेक एडवांटेज ऑफ द फॉल इन द मार्केट. ओके, लेकिन ये कौन सा इसमें ले सकते हो, FNO ओनली. ओके, एंड in futures and options there are people who are hardcore bears. Okay, remember it said that the bulls climb up the stairs. Okay, bulls बेचारे धीरे धीरे एक एक steps करके चढ़ के आते हैं. If you see, this was from what, November to January. Okay, November 20 to January 21. तीन चार महीने लगाए उनको for the price to go up from here to here. But the bears brought it down within what? Within just one, not even 1 month. So hardly 20 days. 20 दिन के अंदर bears ने उतना bulls का काम तमाम कर दिया. So the bulls climb up the stairs and the bears jump out of the window. That's the reason why you find that there are many hardcore bears who take advantage of this fall, because there is very fast money in the bearish trade. Okay, यहाँ पर अगर आप bearish trade लेते हो futures and options में, the same thing which the bulls would have taken 3 months, the similar return was got in less than a month's time. Okay, so ऐसा bearish trade के लिए भी कर सकते हो, right? Now this would be a fresh bearish entry. Okay, so since if we are not talking about entries, let us focus on the exit criteria only. Okay, so exit criteria again would be if your target is reached. यहाँ पर target क्या था for a fresh trade, for a bearish, for a bear, उसका टारगेट ये होता था कि हाँ ये रेजिस्टेंस है बेस्ड ऑन योर सपोर्ट्स. ठीक है, तो अगर शॉर्ट ट्रेड है देन इट विल बी एग्जैक्टली ऑपोजिट. यहाँ पर एंट्री लिया, यहाँ पर सपोर्ट है, सो दिस वुड बी एन एग्जिट बेस्ड ऑन योर सपोर्ट्स. ओके, सो लेट मी, सिंस वी हैव डिस्कस्ड दिस, लेट मी राइट इट हियर आल्सो, बेस्ड ऑन द रेजिस्टेंस और supports if a short trade. Okay, I hope that is clear. So this was the last one which we had in the criteria which we had seen, that based on the candlestick patterns. Okay, now the next one point I want to take is based on the chart patterns. So chart patterns कौन से आ जाएंगे? This was one chart pattern actually. Okay, ये जो pattern है, this is a chart pattern only, and this chart pattern would be called as almost a double top. Okay, अगर आप line chart देखते हो, if you see the line chart, then this is a double chart, double top. Okay, because of this high wick, you are not able to visualize this as a double top. लेकिन ये double top ही है, और double top का ये target था. Okay, so we have done already double top, so I'm not going more in details into what is a double top. लेकिन double top में after the second top, this would be the obvious target. Half target being first half of this distance, and full target would be over here, right? So if you find a double top, or sometimes you find an inverted head and shoulders. Okay, अगर आपको inverted head and shoulders दिखता है कहाँ पर? For example, I'm sure you can see an inverted head and shoulders over here also. Let me mark it out. So ये एक inverted head and shoulders का एक पहला target भी आ सकता है, and definitely it did come. So the first target would be based on the target for your inverted head and shoulders, which also my 375 points. वो तो एक ही दिन में आ गया था. There was such a big crash in this. Okay, it was that our target was achieved in just one day. So this either inverted head and shoulders or double top can be your can be one of the ways for exits. Okay, so let us see. So chart patterns. So based on chart patterns, if I see, yeah, inverted. This is regular head and shoulders, not inverted. Sorry, this is a regular head and shoulders. Inverted head and shoulders at the bottom. This is a regular head and shoulders. Okay, so if we go here, let me just mark it out. So the next part would be when I take 6 based on chart patterns, head and shoulders, or double top. Okay, so double top पे आपको exit कहाँ पे करना है? Now since we are talking about the exits, we have to exit when there is a resistance at the double top. Okay, so जैसे यहाँ पर अगर आप exit कर रहे हो on the basis of double top, then on the basis of double top, if there is a resistance, price comes down, then this is your exit. Based on head and shoulders, आपका exit कहाँ पर है? Based on head and shoulders, your exit would be if there is a breakdown of this neckline. ये neckline का अगर breakdown होता है, तो exit यहाँ पर है. Okay, probably your intraday only would have to exit. There was such a big, fast, such a fast fall over here. Okay, fierce fall. So something major must have happened on this day. This was 27 July 21. So I suppose some negative news would be there about the vaccination and all. तो उसके वजह से शायद हो सकता है इतना fall हुआ है. And the stock is not yet recovered. It's a good stock, but somehow it's taking too much time for recovery. Okay, so technicals है. Technicals में जब भी आपको indication दिखेगा, fresh indications, you can always go for this stock, because fundamentally this is good, but because of certain short-term indication, short-term developments, उसके वजह से negative sentiments की वजह से price कभी-कभी नीचे आ जाती है. Okay, so this was the next one, and the final one which I would like to take is something called as divergences. Okay, so divergence के लिए मैं सिर्फ एक ही criteria लेता हूँ, which is normally your RSI. Okay, this I am covering in our level 2. So some of you may not have done the level this thing. Okay, level 2. So that's okay. We'll be covering it in the level 2 when you come for that. So divergence में क्या होता है कि if you find here that the price, okay, is making a higher highs. Okay, जैसे यहाँ पर भी देख सकते हैं. You will find here that the price is making a higher highs, but it is not. That is not the case in the indicator of RSI. Even if you're not done, that's okay. Just understand the basic concept. Divergence would mean that the price is showing you something and the indicator is showing you something. Okay, so दो अलग-अलग बता रहे हैं. जैसे प्राइस को लेफ्ट जाना है, इंडिकेटर आपको राइट जाने के लिए बता रहा है. Okay, so something like that. So if I just mark this out, let me just remove this. So what is happening over here is the price was making one high, then another higher high, and another higher high. Okay, just watch this. Okay, from here. इसको मैं mark कर देता हूँ and mark it as dark black. Okay, so you can see what's happening to the price here. Price is making higher highs. Whereas on the indicator, which is your RSI, what is happening? You can observe this: highs, lower highs, lower highs, lower high. Okay, so where the price is making a higher highs and the RSI is not making higher highs. Okay, not making में दो आ सकता है कि equal high बना रहा है या तो फिर lower high बना रहा है. Okay, because there will be always three things. If I say not making means the other two. So there are three things: either equal, high or low. Correct? So अगर यहाँ पे प्राइस में आपको हायर हाइज दिख रहा है लेकिन आपको इंडिकेटर में इज नॉट शोइंग यू अ हायर हाई, then this would mean that there is a divergence, and this is an early warning sign, something which we take it on level 2 when you understand okay, this will prepare you for any eventuality. Till now if you find there is nothing to tell you कि यहाँ से प्राइस नीचे जा सकते, this is the only advanced hidden indicator which can tell you कि हाँ कुछ तो गड़बड़ है यहाँ पर. Okay, and then what happens is look at the price. Okay, after that the price just fell like nobody's business. Okay, it fell so sharp. From 5,600 went to like 4,400, 1,100. So almost like 20% fall in a small period. Okay, so this is called as a bearish divergence, right? And this will be covering in the level 2. So some of you interested in level 2, I'll be seeing you, definitely will be taking in detail over there. Okay, so we've covered everything. Target based on your patterns, then a trailing stop loss, then based on your line chart, trend line breakdown, then based on your candlestick patterns, divergences, and your chart patterns. Okay, so this last one, let me just note this down. The last one is based on divergences. Okay, so there is a bearish divergence. I suppose this should be good enough for you to take exits while for booking a good amount of profit. Okay, or sometimes preventing your losses. So I will repeat again in a summary कि क्या क्या हमने देखा है. So first one was target achieved as per the chart pattern. Okay, आपने जो chart pattern देखा है उसके हिसाब से मान लो एक टारगेट आ गया, जैसे यू आर टेकन फॉर इन्वर्टेड हेड एंड शोल्डर्स, इन्वर्टेड हेड एंड शोल्डर्स का टारगेट आ गया, गुड एग्जिट. डबल बॉटम था या इवन इफ लेट अस से इट कुड बी अ कप एंड हैंडल, टारगेट आ गया, यू एग्जिट. ओके, दैट इज द फर्स्ट टारगेट. सेकंड टारगेट इज बेस्ड ऑन योर रेजिस्टेंस लेवल्स. ओके, और इन केस ऑफ अ शॉर्ट ट्रेड द सपोर्ट्स. रेजिस्टेंस क्या होता है कि पहले ऑलरेडी प्राइस ऊपर गई थी, वापस नीचे आ गई. नाउ अगेन व्हेन इट स्टार्ट्स गोइंग अप and when the target is reached, that would be your exit point. Okay, so that is the second one. Third is you want to exit, but not now. You want to exit only if something goes wrong, otherwise you are a long term investor. ठीक है, तो जब भी trend reverse होगा, when it starts giving you lower highs and lower lows, that is the time you exit. And for that what you're going to do is you're going to trail your stop loss. और trailing के लिए what you're going to do is you're going to trail your stop loss at the higher lows. Okay, जैसे higher lows आते हैं वहां पर trail करो. The next one what we saw is trend line breakdown, which is most common one, right? So very most common and simple कि trend line draw किया, trend line breakdown हो गया. All this has to be on your time frame. Note this down. कोई भी time frame पे आपको observe नहीं करना है. You might be probably on a daily time frame and on 15 minutes you find that there is a trend line breakdown. Don't be scared. Okay, and don't divert from your time frame, क्योंकि काफी बार क्या होता है कि आपका एक टाइम फ्रेम है, आप दूसरे टाइम फ्रेम पे जाते हो, वैसा नहीं करना. Okay, so trend line breakdown अगर है, then that could be one exit. Next exit we had seen based on your candlestick patterns like evening star, bearish piercing, engulfing और inverted hammer. अगर सिर्फ एक inverted hammer रहता है, उसके नीचे प्राइस क्लोज होती है, bearish piercing, engulfing आ गया या evening star आ गया, and then the price closes below that. then that would be a bearish indication, and where this has to be at the top of the trend. Okay, और अगर वहां पर आपको एक कॉन्टेक्स्ट मिलता है कि नहीं वहां पर ऑलरेडी एक रेजिस्टेंस था, या हो सकता है उसके पहले का एक सपोर्ट था जो अभी रेजिस्टेंस बन सकता है, that could be one way for exit. Okay, the next one is based on chart patterns, which is head and shoulders or double top. Okay, so head and shoulders ka yani this is again one which you had seen earlier, the chart pattern which was for your target. Okay, the second one is for the opposite side, yani head and shoulders or double top aapko kahan par milega at the top. So once your target is reached, once you have taken a long trade और आपका मान लो target आ गया है, and you find that this is gone for a double top, अभी यहाँ पर double top हो सकता है. How will you come to know कि double top हो गया है? Simple, you will find that it is taking resistance and the price is coming down from there. So that would be one exit. Second one would be you find that the head and shoulders breakdown हो रहा है. Okay, the one which you had seen in head and shoulders, if there's a breakdown, then that is a time for exit. And the last one what we saw was for the bearish divergence. So in bearish divergence, what we saw was where the price is making a higher highs and price एक कुछ अलग दिखा रही पिक्चर, और जो इंडिकेटर है वो कुछ अलग पिक्चर दिखा रहा है. So then you have to understand कुछ something is wrong and you have to be careful at that point of time. Okay, and then if you find that there's a trend line breakdown, so here there was a trend line breakdown also, and later on what you find that there was a sharp crash down here. Okay, so we have covered all these 7-1, and I hope you have understood what are the ways in which you can exit from the trades and exit profitably, or at least you can minimize the losses if any. Okay, so I hope this was useful for you. So now that you know how to exit from the markets, I'm sure your situation is not going to be like that of Abhimanyu, right? You'll know how to exit from the markets and come out with good profits, and sometimes even take very long profits and make the best of the market rallies based on the concept of the trailing stop loss which I have discussed in this video. I hope you like this video. अगर आपको वीडियो अच्छा लगा है तो please don't forget to like it and also subscribe if you have not done still yet. Okay, and you can also share it with your friends. Once again, this is Paresh Desai signing off. Bye.